Live.
We live. Get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm so excited to have a guest in the building, the boss. He needs no explanation, Mr. Jose. He is an account manager of partnerships for NBA Miami Heat, along with being a successful realtor. I mean, this guy is always on the next up and up. We're going to talk about innovation, how he's creating, bridging gaps with entrepreneurs, brands, multi and billion dollar corporations, helping them all take their businesses to the next level. So please welcome how
Joze.
chose. It's
Yeah,
chose?
Joze. Yeah,
Chose.
yeah. My
Oh my god.
Spanish, my Spanish isn't good, but
I
that's
don't know
that's
why
my
I thought it
favorite.
was
It's
Jose.
no, listen, that's my favorite icebreaker. Whenever I go and meet people, it's my favorite icebreaker. Look, people will say Josie, Jazzy. I got Jose. A good thing I'm in Miami. I be like, ¿Qué pasó? ¿Cómo está?
I
You
heard
know,
it in the interview that you did, and I thought they were
like
confused.
tranquilo. I'll be like tranquilo. I go to Washington Heights, dímelo, que lo que. I'm good
Okay.
everywhere. I'm international, but it's Joe's. Everyone calls me
Joe's,
Joe.
Joe's.
Yeah,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, you supposed to tell me that like when we was behind the scenes, we just
yeah,
had a
we're good. We're talking about a lot of other stuff, but we're good.
okay,
That's
okay.
the best icebreaker.
Oh no, right. Well, Mr. Joe's. So, tell people a little bit about yourself, and kind of where you grew up and where you are now.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker. New Yorkers love telling people where they're from. That's the pride. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Grew up in Flatbush, Brooklyn. Flatbush is like the little Caribbean of New York City. And me being Haitian, grew up around a lot of West Indians in Flatbush, Brooklyn, and that cultivated, my character. Just having that community aspect of growing up where you knew your neighbors back then, and yeah, just growing up a Haitian diaspora. My family's Haitian. Went to stayed local. Went to school in New York City, high school, college, everything. Didn't get to go away, but New York City was my campus. And being in New York, it helped me develop. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, right? In New York, so develop character, built that toughness, that hustle, that spirit. And then now, as far as my career, I'm in sports and bringing real estate together. Real estate's my focus, but I've been in sports for 9 years now, actually, close to a decade. Been working in sports since 2011. Um, Starting from Madison Square Garden, interned for a bit in Jersey Nets, and then now with the Miami Heat. And in 2018, um, went into real estate after COVID. A lot of people pivoted with stuff being shut down. So that's a little bit of me.
Okay, that's awesome. I have to ask you, to start off, a lot of young people think that age it can be a deterioration when you're trying to work with these multi-billion dollar corporations. So how did you navigate yourself without letting, you being young, you being
Hmm.
black as an excuse for you to make these deals?
Yeah, I think I developed a lot of my soft skills, emotional intelligence, just and being confident. Having confidence in what you're doing will bring conviction in what you say, and that'll create trust in the people you're working with. That goes a long way. And at the same time, being yourself. You may be talking to a CEO, but they're people just like you. And as long as you have the basic knowledge about their company, you have to have some information. You can't just be winging it, right? So as long as you have some basic knowledge, surface level knowledge about the company, and you have confidence in what you're saying, and you say it with conviction, you'll be fine. People want to relate to you. So soft skills is key. That helps with your networking. That helps with building relationships, building rapport with those people that you may be shy or a little nervous to speak with. But presenting what you have to offer with confidence can help you. But banging on the phones and just practicing, being not being afraid to take risks too. Losses create bosses. So to be successful, you can't be fearful. You have to be willing to fail, and that's how you learn. So just having that confidence and just going at it and learning from any lessons from that experience will help build you up to be the best, person, best professional you could be.
I like that. I like that. Like the losses create bosses. See, that's a
Yes,
tagline right there.
that's the tagline.
I like that one. So, can you talk about the importance of sowing and reaping? I know a lot of people probably come to you asking for favors and can you do this? And people don't understand that, you need to build that rapport, right? And people do business with who they know, like, and trust. So, how important that is, and how were you able to build trust within people in a short amount of time and make these deals and events happen?
Yeah, by not being selfish. I remember I shared how the way I network with people and the way I meet people and do business with people is not being selfish. Going in, investing in people is the best way to build friendships, really. And the friendships will create a long term relationship for business. So, um, my key is to be interested in that person, and it's going to automatically reverse to you. So if I'm invested in who you are, what you like, what you do, I'm asking you questions and I'm letting you talk. Guess what? It's like a mind trick where this person likes me. They ask me what my birthday is. They ask me what do I like to do as a hobby, and you're finding more about that person. That person gets to share who they are with them. They automatically like you, and from there you have that friendship. So that's the key to it is being interested in people and or that specific person, learning about them, and automatically they'll be on your side, and they'll those favors that you're looking for will automatically be come to you without question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talk about diversity and inclusion. How do you promote that not only with you working with Miami Heat, but then also in your personal business and branding and in real estate now?
I promote that by just working with like-minded people, people of my culture. Try to do events of things that I know. Um, for example, with when I was with the Nets, I would do a lot of events for the Caribbean community, which is where I came from. Whether it be a Zumba night with the Haitian Foundation in Brooklyn, or we did a relief fund for Haiti when they had the earthquake. For example, just doing a lot of charity work too, raising money with ticket sales, um, and going out to schools too. I like talking to kids just to let them know about the different um, roles and jobs in sports that they may not be privy to. Growing up from at the inner city or community that I came from, that helps create diversity in as the kids because the kids are the future. So I think that's one way I do that. Just being engaging with my surroundings, with people around me too, being that support system, that friend to them, um, in the workplace too as well. And now, ever since COVID and George Floyd, there's been a lot of companies working towards D&I, and there's a lot of teams that have ERGs, employee resource groups, where they bring different groups together so that they could connect and not only communicate of the problems or things they face in the workplace, but just to share tips and advice on, how to be successful through those obstacles.
Okay. And talk about the importance of thinking outside the box. I know your specialty is innovation and how important it is to maximize opportunities, even the smallest ones that may not yield you any money, how important that is at the moment.
Say it one more time. My headphones, I couldn't hear you.
How important it is, like, thinking outside the box and
The innovation.
maximizing opportunities, because a lot of people, they say they don't want small deals, they want to go for the big deals. So what has been your experience with that?
Well, small steps will get you there. It doesn't matter how fast you go. It's about getting there. So you got to start somewhere, right? So I would work with different companies, small businesses, just to get that. I wouldn't say practice, but just to get the feel of what people are looking for. Companies are looking for, business people are looking for, CEOs, people run their companies. What are their goals? What are their problems that they're facing? And that'll lead you to, and those same questions you can apply it to the bigger deals as well. Um, and that'll help you. I'll show you the things that you need to prepare yourself for, so that you could provide a solution for them. And then it brings not only testimonials, but you have proof of what you plan to do for them works. So showing results, having some type of result from the past will help the bigger deals come through, so that they could automatically go in and trust you with your plans and your ideas. So there's no, you can't take money off the table. Everything adds up at the end of the day. So I think you shouldn't skip over those small those small grabs. Those are the best ones actually, and they build up to bigger ones.
Okay. How did you perfect your art of persuasion?
Wow. I don't know. Going out on dates. I don't know. Art of persuasion.
Ah,
It's the same. Like when you're interested in the topic, interested in the person, interested in the business, you or for example a book, right? I'm not a big reader, but if it's a topic or something that I'm super passionate about, I'm interested in, I'm gonna spend the whole day reading that book. Um, so when you do that with a company or a business or a person that you're looking to work with, being interested, being invested, doing a deep dive into that person or business, um, and that'll show the person that you know about them, you care, and they'll automatically want to work with you because they can trust you and their business in your hands. You become a business partner instead of the person trying to sell them or just trying to do a deal with them. So there's different, ways to persuade. There's books about it. You can YouTube it, Google it. But at the end of the day, it's just about being genuine. People could read fakeness. It won't last long. So it's not persuasion is not just a trick or a quick, manipulation tactic or anything. To really be persuasive and get the person invested long term, um, is to be really invested with them, genuinely knowing about them, and then it'll be reciprocal, and they'll know about you, and you guys have that bond for a long time, and you can renew and do business together for. That's the goal, to have them long term.
okay. And can you kind of describe your role now at Miami, like for Miami Heat, like what people don't know that you do and the ins and outs? And why do you think they chose you? Or you chose them, whichever however you want to put it.
It was mutual. So my role now, from what I was doing before, ticket sales, it kind of blends, but it's more the marketing and activation side. So, uh, let's say we're working with a company and they have a contract deal to partner with us. They have different deliverables and things they would like to fulfill throughout that contract term. Um, and my job is to execute those plans, those ideas, the marketing campaigns, make sure it all goes well, amplify the things that are going well, provide insight and new ideas that are happening or trends, to make it better. And the most important part is to keep them with us, provide the best service available, so that they get the best results and they come back and work with us year after year. Best example I would give, it wasn't a deal of mine, but I think it's very easy to see or explain, is when the NBA did a deal with Oreo cookies, and they had a partnership with them. Um, and I think that was super cool, where they had the NBA logos on the different packs of the cookies, for example, and they'll market that. So I'm a person who likes Oreo, so seeing my favorite sport on a brand, something that I also love, and bringing those two together just created loyalty, brand awareness, for both sides, right? And they brought their both businesses to another level to me as a consumer. So it goes with, different brands that you see on TV, on when you're watching NBA games or basketball games. So my role is just to make sure activate it, market it, and keep them renewed, keep them a partner of ours every year.
Okay. Let's switch gears. So you're also a realtor, right?
Yeah, that's my
How
favorite
long have
part.
you been a realtor and what states are you licensed in?
I've been a realtor since 2018, but I didn't start working as a realtor until 2020 when COVID hit. So I had the license for in New York for a while now, and we didn't have time to use it. I'll be working from morning till sometimes I get home at midnight, 3 to 4 nights a week if there's no, major concerts or a big playoff game. Working in sports, it's a strenuous job. You work a lot of hours, especially sales. Sales, you're working 24/7. And because I had those sales skills, real estate was being a real estate agent was a easy transition. Talked about the art of persuasion and just getting to work with people, having those, EQ to sell people basically. And once I got the offer with the Heat, it made sense just to get my license with in Florida as well. So my first year in real estate, sold a condo, sold a house. The year after that, 2021, sold another house, and then made the move down south, which is what everyone is basically doing right now. Especially if you get to work remote, it might as well be somewhere warm, where the beaches are. And
I'm staying in DC. I don't know about that, but
DC, Chocolate City,
I'm spoiled, right?
Chocolate City. I mean, it's considered the South, right? DMV. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah, DMV is nice. You guys have the best brunches out there. A lot of nice restaurants.
right.
But yeah, a lot of people, move from the city to get bigger, more for their money. Whether they're going to Texas, Georgia, Virginia, Florida, it's been a big migration since COVID.
Yeah. So,
But
what do
yeah.
you think about the? Do you think the crash is coming?
Yeah, there's a yes. I mean, every couple of years, things have to correct itself, right? When there's a good price or a good interest rate, the demand is gonna be so high that it has to settle. But if you do the math, whether you buy now or later, your money will still increase in value, I believe, in my opinion, from what I've seen in the market. So whether your interest rate was lower 2 years ago or as higher now, your mortgage rate, you'll get less because of the interest rates higher. So what you could have afforded last year, you may not be able to afford. It'll be a higher price for less value. I don't want to break down the numbers, but let's say a house that was 500, 400K last year, right now is the same price, but the interest rates, that means your monthly payment is going to be higher if you had bought it last year. But it doesn't stop you from buying the house. That house, if you were buying it just for interest rate, then there's no reason for you to buy a house, right? You got to buy it for more than just that, whether it be, to expand, or if you have a bigger family, you want space for them, if you want to use it as investment, because keeping your money in the bank isn't going to do much for you. So whether you do stocks, real estate, or whatever other investments, you shouldn't let, the economy necessarily affect you moving forward with that investment. So yeah, that's going to correct itself. I don't know about a crash, but a lot of people are saying it's going to go back to what it was in '08, during that big, when that
That's
bubble
what I
popped.
think too.
Yeah. Which, hey, when it goes low, that's when you buy, right? So,
Right, right, right.
everyone makes a decision for themselves. But if you're looking to buy or sell, definitely contact me. I'll be glad to make sure you get the best deal out there.
Yeah. So what tips are you getting? I'm sure you got people hitting you up and some people may or may not be ready. What tips are you giving them right now as far as, getting in position when they are, ready in the next month or two to buy or sell a home?
Well, I make sure to advise them first. I want to make sure after you buy a house with me, you're happy and I'm getting the best reviews. So I go over all the pitfalls, all the things they should know first. I'm not just a money grab, buy, buy, buy. I want to make sure you're really, really ready mentally and financially. So tips I give is, well, number one, how much do you have in savings? If you don't have enough, there's different grants you could get. Secondly, is your credit score. That's going to affect your interest rate when you go to a lender. Providing the best lenders is something I always recommend. I refer them to the best ones that I know of. So once they're mentally ready and financially ready, after that is just coaching. Really, it's a big purchase, especially for first-time home buyers. So I find myself being a psychologist, being a best friend, being a late night coach. Hey, I don't know. So I gotta help them out because it is, for first time home buyers, it's a lot of money down. Then you got closing costs. So I make sure they're ready both ways before they do anything. And after that, it's fun. We riding around shopping for houses after that.
Okay. Okay. That's a great answer. So what's next, for yourself and what's your vision?
Um, to not have to work. That's the goal. To build passive income, to make small investments, to not have to work. But at the same time, enjoying, working in sports and building my real estate portfolio is what I'm focused on. A lot of people think about what's next 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I used to think like that, but I'm taking it step by step. I have an end goal, but you never know where it could take you. I thought I'd be in New York forever, but I love not having to park my car on another side every 2 days and not having to shovel snow. So you can make plans, but make sure you leave room to freestyle or to make a quick turn, make a quick pivot, so you're not stuck in a box at the same time. But the goal is to you know build passive income where I could work on passions, whether it's nonprofit, charity, helping, being impactful in my community, um, helping people. Those that's what I would love to do at the end of the day.
So how did you get creative in this virtual space? Because a lot of people like myself, I don't go outside too much. All right.
Hmm.
I'm not getting on nobody's plane. I'm not going, I haven't been to a game in like almost 2 years.
Yeah,
I'm just not ready. So how do you get creative to market and to captive clients or people like me who have no interest in going to, I guess seeing a house and then also, events that you're doing? How do you market to those people?
you're talking about during COVID when everything was shut down.
COVID and even still now,
Still
yeah.
now, even this interview now, right? Staying 6 feet. I just follow the trends, knowing the market. So there's people like Kat who's not going outside, so you got to cater to her. And there's other people who they're outside already. Like where you at, right? So once you know your market and what people are looking for, you can provide entertainment, you can provide content for them. So the people at home who appreciate being on YouTube Live, you can market to them easily. And those who rather be in person, got to find out what they want, what they're looking for to get them to come outside safely. Um, or you could just come to Florida where you're good. You come outside, no
Y'all
problem.
running wild over there. No mask. The governor.
Yeah, we take the rapid test and make sure. But yeah, so knowing your market, and that goes in everything. Anything you do, you got to have a plan before you go, so that you know the knowns and unknowns, so you can have a backup for anything that can happen. That comes with project management, and just basically knowing having data to back up anything that you're looking to do, which I've learned to do now. In the past I would just go by what I like. If I like it, everybody will like it. But in the business world, you have to be able to describe that in numbers, providing data to show the results that will come from it. So just doing the research.
So do you do commercial real estate too?
No, not yet.
Okay.
That's another. Yeah, that's another animal right there.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
residential.
Okay. Okay. So what about, how do you help people do their due diligence? Because you got a lot of people that get home happy and it looks good from the outside, but 2 years from now, the roof's coming in. They've been through the house together. So how do you help people with that process?
Yeah, that's super important. The due diligence comes from, there's so many people involved in a home purchase. You got your realtor, you got your inspector, which the inspector will make sure the house is functioning. I mean, he's not going to check behind the wall. He's not going to check every tile on the roof, right? He does the basic inspection to make sure the house is safe and meets standards. Then you got the appraiser, which protects you if with your purchase price. So all these different people are involved in making sure you have the right purchase, you're making the right decision on a specific home. And they get paid. They're the experts on that. So my job is to guide my buyer, my client, and making sure they have the right people, the right team. So they check all the boxes. So it's not just me, even though I've gained experience from contractors and appraisers and inspectors, just being working with them. So I could give you those tips as well. But the experts come in and make sure you have the right decision. So in New York State, especially, well, every state, you have your inspector, you have your appraiser, and then your lender is making sure you have enough funds to purchase the home and you can sustain the home. So it's not just after 3 months you're in foreclosure. So All of those three people, those are the three most important people, and of course yourself, right? Even though those three people are here for you, you have to make sure that everything is aligned, right? You can only trust people so much, right? And more eyes on it is better. So all those people involved will make sure you're good.
So who are some of your ideal clients and partnerships you would like to
I would
I
like
guess
to work with.
check off? Yeah.
Um, right now, well, I do love music, love fashion. So, but Miami is a unique market, right? It has everything that you need, um, to sell. A lot of companies could market here, right? Just like New York City and LA. It's one of the biggest cities, even though people may not, put it at the top of the list, but it has everything a business will want to market for. Um, but yeah, companies that share my interests, I would love, but I work with all companies, and it's business at the end of the day. So whether it be luxury cars,
I
clothing
need we
brands,
need names.
electronics,
We
we need
need
names.
names.
I mean, I can't speak to names because if I say one name, and if I say Pepsi, then Coca Cola is gonna say, you know, that's, so I'm open to all
Okay.
brands that
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna make any brand, any company that works for us. We're gonna make sure we amplify them and make sure they get the best value.
Okay. So how have you given back to your community?
And doing a lot of fundraisers, charity. A lot of organizations will reach out to me. I hardly ever say no, just because I know the value and importance of it. Um, when you walk through a door, you're supposed to hold it behind you for the person coming behind you, um, and it gets reciprocated. So the more you give, the more you get. So any opportunities that come my way, I usually go out and do it. I even give out, food at Thanksgiving. Going out to schools, helping build, gardens at schools that the company would do. Charity work in the community. I always volunteer and do that. But I hopefully I'll have more resources to do more. Maybe something of my own where it's not me hopping onto another person's initiative. It'll be something that I get to do with myself, and I could be proud of that. That's one thing I love too, is having a. I want to have a legacy where when I'm long gone, it's something that's helping people after me, people who look like me, people who came from where I came from, and helping them out too. I think that's cool. That's important. I was telling a story the other day in another interview where I went to a gym and I saw Jackie Robinson on the wall, and he has a day, he has a foundation, he's helping kids who are, want to learn baseball, and I think that's super dope to have, your name attached to that. So
Okay. And last two questions. How do you market to influencers? How do you
like
market and I guess attract influencers?
track influencers, that's a big trend right now. A lot of companies are utilizing influencers to, sell or promote products, services, um, their companies. It's really finding what influencer is aligned with your brand. And once you research them, know what they're about, know who their followers are, their demographic, what they like. If it fits, if it aligns, I mean, they're once you have the money, they're gonna work with you. It's about money. So, um, but the most important thing is for their look, who they are has to fit, your brand, and they're out there. I think it's the biggest. TikTok is, big reels. If you're making reels, you're making money on there. So social media has made. I think they changed the name. They're not influencers anymore. They changed it to like digital marketers or something. They have a, I didn't Google it yet, but they have a specific name. I don't think it's influencers anymore, but um, it's really they're out there to get now. It's not like it used to be where you had to dig and find. It's a lot of influences you could tap into.
Okay. And what are some of the I guess lessons learned so far that has gotten you to where you are right now?
It's a great question. Um, Being more patient, being more tactical, and the events I do, the approach, the proposals that I make. Um, Sometimes you'll be so excited about something, it's like go, 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 right? You have that one idea, let's do it. But if you take a step back and analyze it more, you'll find out there's a lot of things you may have missed. So being more tactical, being more intentional, paying attention to more detail, and that goes in any area of life, personal and professional. And that'll get you a long way, because you'll be able to avoid pitfalls, and also collaborating, um, working with people. Your experience or your point of view is not always the best way to do things, and having like-minded people around you to share ideas with and collaborate will go farther. They say, you'll go farther with a group of people than you would by yourself. So finding the right people around you to help your business, is another thing I learned as well.
Okay. Okay. So what do you have coming up next?
Man, I want to be on Success Nothing Less Part 2 next year to share more news, more deals, things I've done. Uh, I plan. Well, hopefully we'll win this championship. I don't know. I'm rooting for the Heat. Just want to work with more brands, do some cool things, bring some new events, to the market. Build my real estate portfolio. I sound selfish, but
You
those are
should.
the things I'm working on. But I do want to help people. Like I like to connect people, um, that are doing things. If you have a company that you like to promote or market, I would love to connect you with another person who can help bring you guys up. So I'm open to new ideas, investments as well. The last time I was on a podcast, I said I would do real estate, and I ended up doing real estate. So hopefully take my career to the next level in sports and in real estate. So we're gonna put it out there.
Okay. I know that's right.
Yeah.
So
And
can you
Kat,
tell people where they can find and connect with you at?
yeah, on Success Nothing Less. I wanted to say how amazing you went from just fly level. Make sure I plug you in. Fly level, the
Well, I
cool.
came back. You didn't know me before Fly Level. So I actually
Okay.
started 8 years ago,
Hmm.
back before people started podcasting. And this is the time where actually a lot of people don't know, but I got turned down because I was in New York, LA, at a drop of a dime. So I lost a lot of interviews because, nobody was doing virtual. Everybody hated virtual. All the top celebrities,
So,
nobody was doing it. So it was very difficult. And that's kind of why I stopped. And
hmm
I went back to my career, and then I came back. It's like COVID hit. Everybody's doing it from their phone. And I
listen,
was like, oh,
man.
this is perfect. Yeah.
Why
So
why wouldn't they do virtual? They thought it was like
the
weird.
same thing like Netflix, the
Yeah.
big celebrity
Oh,
stars,
okay.
nobody was doing TV shows. And it's like, oh, like
Okay.
I can still, I don't lose my umph or my status because I'm doing a TV show. It's like the
Hmm.
same thing. I'm not losing my level because I'm doing it over the internet. So
Internet. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it
And
was
now
the
now they're
same.
catching on. See, you gotta keep going. Now they're
Yeah.
catching on. It comes back full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. But yeah, I love it. I saw the guest you had, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So, just wanted to shout you out too with what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So tell people where they can find you at your website.
Uh,
Hello.
yeah. J.F Realtor, for all your real estate needs. Joe's VK for updates on upcoming events, sports, especially the Heat. Go Heat! We're about to play our game tonight, and hopefully we go far. So yeah, that's where you can find me on those two social media platforms.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr.
Thank you for
Joe.
having me.
Joe's right. I got it right, right?
You got it. It's perfect.
You got me this time. I said, oh gosh, I wish I could edit it out, but this is live.
Nah, we live. We live. People need to hear this.
No, I truly appreciate it. And I guess when I do get brave enough to get on the plane, hopefully I can come see a game or
True.
something. That would be
Let's do
awesome
it.
for us to connect.
For sure. For sure. You're in DC, right? Yeah. Come
Yeah, I'm
through.
in
For sure.
DC. Yeah, we got the Wizards. So
No comment.
yeah, no comment, right?
But yeah, I
But yeah,
appreciate
truly
you.
appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you.